In the series of post-war 70 planning, we were interviewed Tetsuya Chiba's boxing comic masterpiece Tomorrow's Joe. Spanicki I wrote about the fierce salvaged experience of Chiba, who celebrated the end of the war in the former Manchuria in the series of this newspaper. Also talk of itself Tomorrow's Joe, had just interesting. I heard even with the last frame of the last times. At the end of the game immediately after the ring, Joe is sitting in a chair to sleep the corner post to the back. Appearance of white Joe no color, would be scenes that you know is not necessarily a work of fan. In the immediately preceding frame we have muttered as pure white was burned out. Even now that the series has passed ends and 40, the fans have continued discussions with what Joe is dead. Mr. Chiba, have declined to say about the interpretation of this scene. The attitude is not changed even now. But in the interview, he told me about the thought that was put into this scene. If you hang in until the pure white, a new tomorrow comes, I wanted to convey to young people. When she does a sloppy job will not come tomorrow. We want you to best pitching in that it has decided to try to do. If so, surely something is left in me. When you work hard in the next something, there are things to live. Tomorrow's Joe at the time, in the popular with university students, is said to work that spread the readership of comics to adults. Terayama Shuji, Yukio Mishima, et.al. also reading, everyone else, both literary works have been evaluated. But, I think that Rice Mr. Chiba was straight thing seems boy cartoon. The story late, signs of dementia pugilistica the body of Joe appeared, also appeared former rival was even forgotten his name in the same symptoms. Readers should have premonition the tragic future of Joe. Words of pure white to burned out is, it seems also to mean the death. In addition to readers, if about Joe live suffers from serious dementia pugilistica symptoms, I would not have had also people think hope has died. But I hear the thoughts Chiba Mr. Rice, I do not think waiting miserable future. Reporters, Joe was convinced that living positively the next life. Pure white to burn out way of life, such as is, one of the major theme of the works. Joe is at the expense of the happiness of ordinary people ask, devoted all in boxing. Female characters, Osamu-chan gather thoughts on Joe away not keep up with likely, to marry a close friend and west of Joe. Joe becomes dementia pugilistica, while flickering future that becomes the crock, and throw oneself into his own destiny and mission. Or the many readers not had thought it as not be in there becoming numb to that figure. When the reporter was such a thought to the mouth, Mr. Chiba said. I say even everyday familiar problem of typing. Homework, I'll toka concentrated risk one's life if you decide to do today. Chiba said that except in cartoonist wanted to be a teacher. The word homework, felt that stance as a cartoonist and looked. This person is not a person who want to draw a lofty literature. A sympathetic, it was felt that he cartoonist that you want to give a positive force in children,